Hello, my loves. This is Malayla with Love and Light Starseed Tarot. Welcome back. Today I'm going to do a reading for Pisces and their person. Hope everyone's doing well and having a great day. These are timeless readings, so whenever you click on the message, it's meant for you. Angel spirits, guides, please show us what we need to see today. What does our amazing Pisces need to hear? Overall energy between these two, please. Two of Wands, 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, I'm just getting someone's completely done with carrying a heavy weight. They're completely done with conflict, competition, anxiety, sleepless nights. I mean, this is just boring, right? Doing the same thing over and over, getting the same results. You know, someone's at a crossroads. They're really thinking hard and contemplating what path they're going to take. Energy is crazy right now. I'm just getting that you want to carve your own path. You don't want to continuously do the same things over and over. What is your energy? 2 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords, yeah. Yeah, you're juggling an idea. You're juggling an idea in order to have calmer waters, brighter days, a better future, a better life for yourself. What is their energy? The Lovers, we have Gemini energy. And 10 of Swords, yeah. There's a choice here. There's been a lot of backstabbing, betrayal. Yeah, 2 of Swords, yeah. They need to make a decision. Someone's in their head about a choice, about a decision. How do you see them? How do you see them? Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. The Sun and the Fool. So you see them, they could be just really detached right now or cold. They're definitely, I'm just getting, they could have acted like a fool. They could have done some harsh things, some rude things in the past, but I get that they're healing. There was a lot of pain. There was a lot of deceit, but this person is healing from foolish ways. How do they see you? 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. Yeah. You were definitely heartbroken. You definitely went through a lot of pain, but you're bossing up. You're coming out on the other end. This is pre-Empress energy. You're sitting, in your, you're being liberated. You're being free. You're sitting in your abundance. You've put in the hard work. This is a single energy, a single vibe. Stable, after a lot of heartache, a lot of pain. This is what pushed you to do a new thing. How do you feel about them? Judgment and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you feel they're going through a spiritual awakening. You feel you had to make a judgment call because of their in and out, hot and cold behavior, their inconsistency. How do they feel about you? The Moon, this is Cancer. The Hermit. Virgo energy. Yeah. They feel that you are a bright light. And that everything that you need to be shown comes to you. Everything you ask for comes to you. It's illuminated because you are the light. You know, I'm just hearing if what you're building for your life is not authentic, then there might be a big shift coming. And I'm getting that you're feeling innovative at this time. You know, you're staying focused. You're channeling your mind. You're being mindful. Because when you're mindful, you know, you're more creative. You're more productive. You know, being present is huge. It allows you to be in flow state. It allows you to get things done more quickly, more efficiently. You know, it's you being in a certain mindset. Yeah. You being in a certain energy, certain state of mind. And you feel magical. You feel liberated. You feel free. What are your actions in the 3D? 4 of Wands. 7 of Cups. Yeah, you're thinking about different options because you want stability. You want happily ever after. I mean, this could be even just like happy home, happy life. But you are definitely contemplating, thinking about all the choices you have. You have a lot of choices. You have a lot of options. And you want to choose the best one. You want to choose the one that's going to be stable and fulfilling. What are their actions in the 3D? The Chariot. Strength. So yeah, they're moving forward. They are, you know, they're choosing to move forward and be more courageous. You know, they're going to have to be more courageous in order to become, you know, the emperor or empress of their chariot and take the reins of their life. It takes confidence in order to do that. It takes strength. Yeah. Honesty, clarity. Yeah. In order to take back the reins of their life. What are your messages towards them? Whoa. 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Wow. 3, 3, 7, 7. Wow. Wow. You know, I'm just hearing, if you don't wake up every day loving your life, then it's definitely time to make a change. You know, looking out into the future for your happiness. You know, you're not going to have happily ever after if you're sneaky or, being deceitful or dishonest, or third parties. I'm getting that, you're wanting to look at things in a different perspective, in a different way. You could be taking a second look at things that you thought were set in stone, things that you thought were, things that you thought, seeds that you thought you planted, and just set in stone. You're wanting to look at things in a different way. I'm getting a huge epiphany moment, or, awakening, spontaneous awakening. You want more of what you enjoy and what makes you happy and makes you feel, joyful. What are their messages towards you? Eight of Swords, Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so their messages towards you is that they know that they've been dragging their feet, taken for so long to do anything, and it just causes a lot of stress and drama and chaos. They're in mental imprisonment they've been there for a long time, it seems like, because they just, whether they're thinking about the past or, they're stuck in the past. What is the outcome, please? Ace of Wands. The Hanged Man, we have Pisces energy. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Just looking at things in a different perspective in order to have passion, in order to have, a new creative outlook in life. Feeling, maybe you want to invent something or, just be more creative in general. You're a leader. You want to make your own way. You want to be your trailblazer. What is the advice, please? King of Cups. Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. You're moving fast towards your victory successes. I'm just getting to make sure you have clear communication at this time. Honest, vulnerable communication. Only wanting to spend time and be around people that, are authentic and people that can meet you on a soul level and go deep with you and be vulnerable. That's how you get to victory and success, whether it's in relationships or at work. That's how you're fulfilled in life. I want to get another one for advice, please. Open up. You are being asked to open your heart to another and let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in a wonderful way once you decide to open up. Yeah, absolutely. Being vulnerable, Open communication, open, honest. I'm going to get a hidden truth oracle for this connection, please, for these energies. I wish things could be different. We need to let each other go. Finding out the truth crushed me. Just being near you is intoxicating. These are the messages I have. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.